Hello and welcome to my video for Lab 2. I will start by showing you my task 1, which is completed in VW Server 01. If I enter into Active Directory, we can see all of the users and groups that I created. I had created the software developers here with these names. You can see I had also just added in the description on the side. And I've created some groups here. If we check the software developer group, has all 4 software developers and the developer director in it. The system architects group has just the system architect. The system integrators group will have the 2 system integrators in it, and etc. My organizational unit structure on the left-hand side here, I created a new organizational unit just called VW Organization, and I created a new users folder underneath to just sort out all of the new users that I created for this assignment in particular, so that it was easy to find them. If I had just entered them into the original users folder here, it would be harder to find all of these users for this assignment, so I found it easier just to have them in their own folder for this lab organization. So for task 2, it was stated that there would be 2 software projects in the so-called organization. It was stated in the overview that there would be an iOS app and an Android app. So what I did was I stated that the software projects would be the iOS and the Android app. So it was said that 2 of the developers and 1 system integrator would be working on each project. So I made an Android app development group and an iOS app development group. So if we go into each, you can see that I have the database analyst, 2 software developers, the system architect, and 1 system integrator in the Android app development group. And we go into the iOS app development group, and we have the database analyst, 2 software developers, system architect, and the other system integrator. It was also a requirement to have my initials in the role group names, so I have those in all of the role group names as well. So next, in task 3, it was required to have folders for all the software projects. So I will now go over to server 2 here. Oh, there's pickles. Okay. So this is kind of jumping into task 4 as well, so I can show it all together. Task 4 had stated to have it shared as well. So anyways, okay. So in task 3, it was to have the folders to store the files related to the 2 software projects. So I had just named them the Android app development and iOS app development. So I named the, I made a new storage called VW Organization with an Android app and iOS app. Both of them, if you open them, have a brainstorming folder, which was required. You can see that here. And there we go. Okay. And if you see here in the file storage services shares, this particular folder has been shared. Now we can check the individual properties for each and see. Oh. So the software development director can only read, which was a requirement. The Android app, they have more specific permissions. They can read all the data and create their own files and create their own folders. But they're not able to delete or write to other people's folders. And it's different once you get further in as well. There we go. So you can see the NTFS permissions have secured the data here. And it's the same if we take a look at the iOS app permissions. Anyways. The other thing we can also see is that when we check the shared permissions of this folder, there is read-only permissions here. Oh, I thought I did have this checked off. Well, we will check this off now. To have the access-based enumeration checked off, so that any users that don't have permission to access a folder won't see the folder. And there we go. Perfect. So that is the content of my lab 2. Thanks for watching.